this is Penguin Gentleman, and I'm here today with another tea review. And for today, I have an absolutely spectacular tea. I mean, this is absolutely one of my favorites. It's really hard to describe what makes it so good, but I'm gonna try my best anyway. So what I have today is a tea called Evening in Missoula. It's pretty rare. The only place that I know you can get it is this one website, tsource.com. I'll leave a link to it down in the description. Um, but I mean, it's spectacular. It really is. It's like no other tea I've ever tasted before. This is a 4 ounce bag, and I got it for about $12. So I mean, it may seem like a lot for tea. I mean, $12, that's a little bit steep, but I mean, for the type of tea it is and like the amount you get, it's definitely worth it. But the ingredients, I say it's like nothing I've ever heard because listen to this ingredient list. It is a blend of chamomile, rose hips, raspberry, papaya, vanilla, peppermint, spearmint, strawberry leaf, passion flower, red clover, star anise, and wild cherry bark. I mean, it's like a grocery list of ingredients right there. I mean, what kind of tea have you ever had that has that many ingredients? But I mean, if you open it up, nice little seal right there. If you open it up and just smell it, I mean, it smells phenomenal. I mean, it's an incredibly complex smell. It's really, if you're drinking like a black tea or white tea, green tea, herbal tea, I mean anything like that. I mean that's more or less, especially a black tea. It's just kind of like the tea leaves and maybe extra spices in there. But I mean it's all fresh. I'm not sure if you can see this, but it's all fresh in there, ground up. I mean you could probably eat this right off the bat if you really wanted to, but it all combines together for the most phenomenal smell that I've ever smelled in a tea. But when you steep it, it's a very light tea. Like, it doesn't really have, I'm not sure if it has tea leaves in there at all, but compared to a black tea, which is very strong, this is a very light tea. So you're going to want to steep this for a long time just so that you can let all those flavors really intertwine together, really get the most out of everything. So I would suggest having about 15 minutes steeping here. I mean, that may seem like a really long time. It's definitely not a kind of tea that you can just pop in before work or school or something and take it with you. This is something that you're going to want to like just sit down, prep it, and just really enjoy because this is definitely tea worth enjoying. Um, but once you steep it, it's going to be a very light, clear, yellow gold color. I mean, it's really clear. I mean, you can see down to the bottom. It reminds me more of like a green tea with like the color, but a little bit more of a golden color than that. And when you steep it, I mean, you may think that you lose a lot of the smell when you steep it just because of like the water and stuff, but I mean, it stays with it. It's just amazing. It's a combination of all those fresh herbal ingredients, and you can really smell like the strawberry and the spearmint in it. I mean, it's incredible. And I mean, it doesn't stop there. It's an incredible complex flavor. It really is like nothing I've ever had before. It's amazing. It's very light, but it has kind of taste that coats the entire mouth. Like if you were sick and you were having if you had like a sore throat or something, this really does coat your mouth. I mean, it really soothes it down. It's incredibly complex. I can't say that enough. It's so complex you really can't pick out one flavor. It's really no predominant flavor. I mean, I can barely describe it. Let me check the rest of my notes. It's incredibly relaxing. It tastes fantastic. It's definitely one of my favorites. And because it's so light and things like that, it's light, it's tasty, it's just really good. It is a great any time of day tea, especially if you want to calm down, or like I said before, if you have a really sore throat. It's just going to be really relaxing, and unlike cough syrup, it's going to be something you actually want to drink. The downside is it takes a really long time to steep. Like I said, it's not something you can just pop in and like just take it to go. I mean, I guess you could, but then you have to worry about having, since it is a loose leaf tea, you are going to have to worry about getting rid of that loose leaf sometime. But really, you're going to want to sit down, put it in a teapot, have friends over, whatever. It's a great tea. Honest, I only learned about this a couple months ago from one of my friends. And if you give this to some of your friends, guarantee most of them haven't heard of it, but they're going to love it. I can guarantee that. Um, Also, one really downside is that you do have to order it online. So, I mean, that could be a downside if you want it, or it could be convenient, whichever way you want to look at it. But overall, it's a fantastic tea, complex. It's you really don't know what it tastes like until you actually try it because, I mean, like I said, it has like 15 different ingredients in there. Um, and I mean, 12 bucks, about 12 bucks for this size of bag, this complex of tea. I mean, I think it's worth it. I would highly recommend it. So that is Evening in Missoula. You can get it at tsource.com. I'll leave a link down in the description. This is the Penguin Gentleman. Hope you have a great day. And if you like these tea reviews, hit that subscribe. Thank you. Bye.